You know, our war assets are looking real good. We're almost maxed out. We still got quite a bit to do, but really we're at the end of the game. I know I've been saying that for a little bit now, but I think more now than ever, obviously, because we're pushing forward every episode. We're like right at the end of the campaign.
Goes, yeah, I want to help with that. The same guy that lets Cerberus stick Reaper tech into his skull. Those bastards aren't human anymore.
You know, that's very, very good point. Don't like Cerberus. I think we're gonna go take care of him.
It seems Tally's taking what happened on Horizon hard. She's in the lounge if you want to check on her.
Really? I think. Oh, hold on. Let's check our email. This actually might be one of my favorite interactions. I've mentioned this before in like many other series. ANN alert. New article on Quarian fleet from Alliance News Network information partners. Palavan, the Turian hierarchy, one of the most powerful and respected ground forces in the galaxy, are today paying respects to an unlikely ally, the Marines of the Quarian fleet. The weakened immune systems of the Quarian normally means their forces are restricted to ships, but when an emergency technical team was required to repair a ground-based comm relay providing vital intel to the Turian military, one Quarian squad stepped up, rather. Commanded by squad leader Cal Regar, the Quarian team repaired the comm system, then sacrificed their lives holding the position until Krogan troops arrived. When Turian troops offered to provide evac support, Regar refused, insisting they could not risk the relay failing. He said multiple breaches to their exosuits made evacuation impossible. "We're all dead anyway," Regar reportedly said. "Just make them pay for it." A spokesman from Primarch Victus praised the squad's bravery. "Whatever our past politics, today the galaxy stands together against a single threat," Victus said. "We are humbled by the sacrifice of our allies from Rannoch and will promise to return the honor." Oh, I'm really looking forward to the next Mass Effect. I'm going to end up replaying Andromeda, even though it's not super connected to the next game, just cause. And today it was announced that Dragon Age Dreadwolf entered alpha, which is a huge step for that game. Games are developed in story games like this are developed in an interesting way nowadays. Essentially, what that means is they can play the game from start to finish. All the content is in the game, and now they just got to fix it. They just got to go in and make it better. They got to adjust things that don't quite work, or add dialogue, or remove dialogue, and adjust the dialogue, and then add voice acting, and upgrade systems, and just like in general fix graphical issues and whatnot. But the game is now playable from start to finish, and that means we are one step closer to the next Mass Effect game, because there is a different team working on Mass Effect, but essentially how BioWare works currently in its current state is when a team is getting close to finishing a game, they tend to go all hands on deck, and people from these other teams will start working on stuff to help that team get that game out. So the quicker Dreadwolf comes out, the sooner we're going to get more Mass Effect as well. So I'm looking forward to that. Also, I'm really looking forward to Dreadwolf. It's going to be great. She ain't in here. Who is in here? Caden.
All seems so calm from here. There are people going through hell in a million different ways. Out there. And I want to be fighting alongside them, but I want to be here. You know?
Sure. Thinking of anyone specific?
I heard from my mom, Shepard. My dad is, he's MIA. He's presumed.
Tell me what happened. You said they got out of Vancouver.
He left Mom at the orchard and reported for active duty. That's all we know, but it's enough. She's alone in this now. In all this.
It's terrible. But you can't help them, Caden. You have to keep it together. I need your head in the game.
Noted. I don't know how you do it, Shepard. Keeping it all together like you do. Earth is always in the back of my mind.
So use it. That's how I cope. I think about how Earth looked And how it's gonna look when we get back. Guns blazing, the whole galaxy behind us.
That's so true.
Yeah. And my students, well, wherever they are, I know they're kicking ass. On Earth or somewhere. You know, when this war is over, there's gonna be one hell of a reunion party.
Head in the game, Major.
Yes, ma'am. Thanks for coming by.
Good to have you along, Major.
You know, that's oh, we got Reeve. That's a really interesting perspective. And honestly, it's one that I can relate to at the moment, in a weird way, because, you know, right now it's at the end of October 2022. So if you're watching this in the future, it gives you context. But, you know, earlier this year, Russia invaded Ukraine, and there's all the issues that go along with that. But as a person who really loves history and has studied World War I and World War II a lot, because those are two conflicts that are, I would say, defined by micro movements, little things that people did that eventually added up to those conflicts, and big things that important people did that helped avoid that conflict until those people were gone. And then because they were gone, there was nobody there avoiding it anymore. And then, you know, the conflicts happened. But you can look back at World War I or World War II and leading up to specific moments in those conflicts or the conflicts themselves, like looking at, the conflict in Pearl Harbor and everything leading up with the Japanese getting embargoed with their oil, and the negotiations that were taking place between Japan and the United States, and how that was going nowhere. Like, looking back on it, it is, I don't know, it's obvious that what was going to happen was an attack, and even the United States knew that. The United States intelligence knew that something was going to happen. They just didn't quite know. They just didn't. They didn't have it figured out what was going to happen, and unfortunately, what happened was a terrible surprise attack. One that we've not seen since. Like, that is such a terrible thing to happen. I'm looking forward to talking to Tally here, but I'm going to finish this thought. You know, and it's really easy at the moment to jump onto the news and see these things happening. See these micro events happening of, you know, this thing's going on with this country, and this country says something about this country, and everything's so tense right now in the world that's really easy to foresee how this is going to change the world as we know it. And just the Ukraine-Russia conflict was the start of something that's a much bigger conflict, which is a terrifying thing all in itself. This goes back to the Cold War. This goes, there's a lot of history there. And what Caden was talking about, like, man, I feel that. It's really easy to just think about it and be like, oh, how do you even keep your head in the game? How do you keep going? It's tough. It's really tough.
Shepard, want a drink? I'm toasting Miranda, I think.
How are you getting drunk?
Very carefully. Torian brandy, triple filtered, then introduced into the suit through an emergency induction port.
That's a straw, Tally.
Emergency induction port. It's actually getting a little harder to get it into the slot. I think that means it's working. She was so rude. What did Jack call her? Cerberus cheerleader? With her perfect genes and that attitude, and still, she got it done. She stopped her father.
I didn't realize this would be so hard on you.
I didn't like her. Keela, she was such a bitch. But I respected her. Sometimes that's better than liking. She did whatever it took to stop her father. She never gave in to him, never changed herself to please him.
Ah.
Don't Ah, me. You sound like a Borgia.
Seeing a bit of yourself in Miranda fighting her father?
I spent my life trying to live up to him. Then making up for his mistakes. Doing what he'd have wanted.
It's never that easy.
When do we get to stop reacting to our parents and start living for ourselves?
The answer to that one's at the bottom of that glass.
I might need help with the induction straw. Port. You know.
Here's to Miranda.
Nice job, you genetically perfect Cerberus cheerleader Boschtet. Kila Solai.
That's what we do here on the channel. We talk about serious world stuff, and then we immediately laugh at the emergency induction port. Someone drew a really funny like fan comic like years ago that I saw on Twitter, and it cracked me up. It was one of those things where I was sitting on like this was like right when I was starting to date my now wife, and I remember sitting on her couch, and I was on my phone. I was just scrolling through Twitter, and I saw that comic, and it cracked me up so bad. As someone who loves Mass Effect, and I love that conversation with her because it's so funny, but it's one of those things where like I'm sitting there laughing, and she was like, "What are you laughing at?" I was like, I literally couldn't explain it to you. I know you've never played Mass Effect, and this would not be funny. And she like kept pushing and pushing and pushing. I was like, "Fine, I'll explain it." And I explained it, and she was like, "I don't understand why that's funny." I was like, "I know you don't. I told you. You have to play the game to understand it."
Any word from your family?
They made it off Palaven. It was tight, but they're okay.
We'll take every scrap of good news we can get.
Wish I had more, though.
Why?
I just had to make a tough call with the Primarch. He said our fleets are being decimated, so I advised him to cease all offensive operations against the Reapers.
A full retreat?
The only way to save Palaven now is to hold our ships back for the Crucible. But if I'm wrong, then a lot of other Turian families won't be as lucky as mine.
If it means anything, I would have given the Primarch the same advice.
Yeah, there's that ruthless calculus again. How are you holding up, Shepard? This all has to be taking a toll.
It's nothing I haven't seen before.
True, but not like this. It's sovereign times 1,000.
We won then. We'll win now.
That's cold. Oh, we got proximity mine. We're just like unlocking everything now. That's how you know we're at the end of the game. It's like, here, just take it. Do what you want. We don't care anymore. Just have it all. It's like when you're upset with like a kid.
I've studied Protheans
Like, fine,
my
just
entire life.
have the
If
candy. I
I'd
don't
been
care.
shown the beacon on Thessia earlier,
You would have needed Shepard's cipher to comprehend it.
I still could have learned from it. Instead, my mother hid the galaxy's most important archaeological find from me.
Are you still upset about
Must
this?
have been such a joke to her when I became a Prothean researcher.
The penalties for withholding Protean technology are among the harshest in Council space. Your mother's motives may have been simply to shield you.
Perhaps. Thank you, Edie. I hadn't considered that.
That's actually a very good point.
A Prothean. A living, breathing Prothean right
You really
below
don't
me.
care
He's
to
not
talk
what
to
I
me.
expected.
Me neither. He was a little cold when I tried to talk. I understand the shock of waking up again. His species gone. But a Prothean, Shepard. There's so much he could tell us.
Hey, do you have anything important to say?
How's Miranda?
No.
She'll make a recovery.
I'm not surprised. Miranda always struck me as a driven woman. I'm glad she made it.
What? Why would her being a driven woman have anything to do with her recovery?
The Migrant Fleet and the Geth warships have joined Admiral Hackett. Ready for the next mission?
Okay, we're done here. Sorry, Liara, but you're just not as interesting as anybody else on the ship at the moment because you don't want to talk to me. What up with that, you know? What's up with that? In fact, we could probably... Oh, I went to the wrong one. Actually, no, I guess there's nobody else here, right? Because there's nobody in the quarters here. At least I don't think there is. No? All right, that's fine. I guess we could go talk to... Where's Javik at? Javik's down below, isn't he? Oh, no, wait. Well, is he in engineering? Yes, he's got to be. No, he's not an engineer. Wait. Wait, I'm really confused. I guess he is.
Breaking now, Alliance Marines uncover the worst Cerberus war crimes to date. Sanctuary, advertised as a safe haven on the planet Horizon, exposed as a secret Cerberus lab. Brainwashing, lethal experiments, and Reaper connections, the exclusive details next in the battle space. Has Alenko had media training? He just gave me this steady stare during our interview.
Okay, you don't want to talk. We'll talk to Javik, and then we'll go to... I mean, I guess technically we just spoke to Tali, but we could talk to her again. I don't know if there's like an actual conversation she'll have with us.
Looks familiar.
I've been studying this ship. Its crew. There was a Normandy before this one. You died in an attack.
Yeah, long story.
Something like that.
But then you were resurrected to fight the Reapers.
Maybe you and I have a thing or two in common.
But you have something else. The reasons you fight are still alive. The friendships of the people around you. And more. You and the Asari are joined?
You could say that.
I'm not. Your pheromones are.
You
Is
can
this why
smell
you
me.
wish to continue living? For their affection?
I care about them, but I know that they could die on any given day. The only thing I know for certain is that everyone dies if we don't win this war.
Better to keep the world at a distance.
Which you seem to do quite well, Javik. What's in here?
It is called the Echo Shard. Passed from soldier to soldier. Prothean to Prothean. Each adds their memories to it.
Like a beacon. How far back does it go?
To a time before the Reapers. It is all that is left of my people.
And you don't want to remember that?
Imagine if everyone you knew was dead. You could not remember their faces, or the color of the sky above your home. The memories were gone. But so was the pain. Would you want to remember that, Commander? Even if it meant watching everyone die again?
That's a great question.
Reopening old wounds, especially big ones, isn't gonna help.
Perhaps you are right. There were others. Soldiers who served under me, like your crew.
What happened to them?
They are dead. Where I left them.
We have a saying. Let all ghosts rest.
Then there is some wisdom in this cycle.
If you can live by it.
I really like him. I think he's a super cool character.
The crew seems shocked by the experiments at Sanctuary. They shouldn't be.
Why is that?
Our war lasted for centuries. It provided more time for worse atrocities to be committed. There was a species, the Densorian. They became convinced the Reapers could be placated by sacrificing their own young.
Wow.
The entire planet joined in this ritual. I would spare you the details, but it did not work. They simply made the Reaper's job easier. It was as your elusive man is now. His ambitions are nothing short of madness. Sharpen your knife, Commander. His is a voice that must be silenced, and a throat that must be slit.
Brutal. But, you know what, honestly, that's, yes. Right there with him. Totally agree. Let's go see if Tali will talk.
He doesn't pilot the Normandy. She is the Normandy.
No, she's a passenger in the Normandy, just like us. The ship was a spacefaring vessel before Edie even existed.
Engineer Donnelly is correct. The Normandy SR-2 was completely spaceworthy prior to my installation.
See, Edie agrees with me.
Edie's mind and the Normandy are a whole entity now. You couldn't just move the processors in the AI core to another ship.
Engineer Adams is correct. Processes that contribute to my self-awareness are spread throughout the ship.
I'm gonna agree with Adams.
See?
Edie can direct the Normandy with her thoughts. She sees, hears, and feels through the ship's sensor arrays. The Normandy is her body.
I've seen Edie's body, and its curves are a fine sight better than the Normandy's hull.
So what do you think, Edie?
Are we more than our thoughts?
I'm done. Any more of this and my head's gonna explode.
Very philosophical. Love it. Oh, yeah, Tali's not there. She's drinking. Okay, I guess we just need to go down and talk to James. Is anybody else down there but James? I'm trying to remember. I don't think so. I think it's just really him for crew members. And where is he even? Oh, there he is. He's like hiding. His shirt has him camouflaged.
Hey. Krogan and Turian still friends?
For now.
It's just gotta last until this war's over, I guess.
Maybe I haven't talked to him in a while. State of mind, family, nicknames, return. No, okay.
I'll talk to you later.
You bet.
Cool. We're good. Now we can go on a mission. Actually kind of looking forward to it. I can't upgrade my weapon anymore, right? No. Although, I could upgrade the pistol, right? What is our pistol at? Can we check? So, bench. We've got that locust, but I'm not going to do that. So we have the M11 is what it is. Can we find the M11 on here? M9, M12. I think that, yep, I must have already upgraded it. So it's not on there. Cool, I guess. I got a bunch of money. Is there anything I can get from these things? Maybe? That's a lot of nothing. I did say I was going to change out my armor. Here, let's look at that real quick. I'm using Blood Dragon. I don't want to go back to the Cerberus stuff. We used that for so long. The Defender stuff is kind of cool, but like, it doesn't give us anything that we actually need. So like, if we're going to use this, shield boost would be nice. The Sentry interface. Power recharge actually with the Archon visor. Power damage. Weapon damage. Weapon damage also not bad. Well, I mean, I kind of like the weapon damage, but we already do so much damage. I think the shield boost, like being able to get back to that shield boost might be pretty good. That's power. Which one's that? Oh, ammo, weapon damage. That's all we got. Health boost probably a better one there. I don't know. Let's just go back to our armor set. Oh my goodness. I can't believe this. Going back to blood armor. Just because I don't want to deal with this right this moment. I want to go on a mission. What mission? Not sure yet. Let's go find out. I may push main mission. Yeah, Anderson's always available in the comm room. He ain't got nothing better to do but to talk to me. Apparently. Because it seems like anytime I've done anything, he's like, hey, come chat with me. Aren't you busy? Oh man, the further you get into the game with all the Reapers, it's kind of sad, honestly. Fuel reactors, investigate a sorry colony, find ex-Cerberus scientists. I think I want to go and do the assault on the elusive man's base. I don't think that pushes us into an end state. I don't think where we can't do a bunch of other stuff. But I mean, I could be wrong. We should be fine. I'm like really going out on a limb here. I haven't looked this up in a long time, but I'm pretty sure there's an upcoming mission that's the point of no return. No, oh my goodness, I didn't mean to leave orbit. Just dock. Go to a stupid place so we can kill him.
Shepard, the intel you sent looks good. The fleets are ready to go.
But?
Once we're committed against Cerberus, it won't be long before the Reapers take notice.
And the Crucible?
Ready, except for the catalyst. But there's no way to hide the ships we'll be sending at Cerberus. Once we attack, the Crucible won't stay safe for long.
Okay, maybe I was right. Maybe this is actually a...
For all intents and purposes, an assault on Cerberus will be the first stage of our attack on Earth.
What happens if Cerberus doesn't have the intel we need? Or they stop us from getting it?
Then we leave the fleets to Earth and we take our chances. But your intel points to Cerberus and the elusive man holding the information we're looking for. And we have the element of surprise. Cerberus won't know what hit him.
I want to make sure we're ready before we commit.
Understood. The fleets are ready when you are.
Okay, so we gotta look at our missions and see what we're missing.
Admiral Anderson is available on VidCom.
Always is. Always is. Okay, let's look at our journal. Mission summary. We have a lot of stuff here. And 90% of it is just, right? It's like fuel reactors, communications hub. So the priority is Cerberus headquarters, right? But at what point, like this is the Library of Asha, I believe that actually might be something that we want to do. I'm trying not to give any spoilers away for those of you who have not seen this. I have to assist Harriet, assist the hacker, and assist the mechanic on Omega. There's a Citadel thing that I'm not going to do. Prothean data drives. There's a lot of just crap. There's a distress signal that I could go look at. Fighter base. Eden Prime. I don't know. Maybe we do a whole episode of all of this side crap. I say that, but that's a huge commitment. Some of this is really quick, like going to the Cerberus base, not the one that we're at now, but the other one that we flew past. Should be a 10-minute thing. So if all of them are 10-minute things, then we could blast through it fairly quickly. We could get through 6 of them in an hour-long episode. So I don't know. I'm not going to do that yet because I'm not 100% certain that we're ready to do that. There might be stuff that I'm missing. And if you are extremely familiar with Mass Effect to the point where you know exactly what I should do, definitely leave a comment. But yeah, what do I guess I do the fighter base? Let's go do the fighter base and then we'll hit up some of the other ones around the galaxy.